Here's to nipples. Without them, our boobs wouldn't have a point. Cheers.
That's
I was
funny.
like, oh my God, that's so good. I haven't heard that one before.
I like that. Well, welcome everybody. It's Case of the Mondays. We're recording late, so sorry if you're like, "Where's my episode?" And
We had a little case of the Mondays ourselves.
We
so,
did.
Whatever.
We did. Well, I think we're learning that our summer is way busier than we thought it was, and so we need to record sooner than we had been. So it's
Yeah.
fine. We're gonna get back on track.
Yeah, we're like, oh, Friday's perfect. And then when Friday doesn't work out, and we're like, oh, well.
Yeah, because we're like headed to the
well.
lake, or we're doing this, or we're doing this, and we're like, okay, we should record like a Wednesday or Thursday when we're not like scrambling. So
We'll be better, people. We'll get better.
we'll get there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you woke up Monday when you get this. If you woke up Monday morning and you were like, oh my gosh, where's my episode? I'm sorry. Okay. We couldn't do it yesterday. I had a birthday party, a kid's birthday party that we had too much fun at, and we stayed a little longer than expected.
Ooh.
And then Ashley had a dinner to go to. So the weekend recording we've learned we cannot do.
Doesn't work for us.
We cannot do, even if we make plans, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
Don't lecture us, people. Come on.
I know.
They're like,
so don't come at me.
We don't care. We get it.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Well, how was your weekend? How was the party? It looked so fun.
It was good. So I had a wedding Saturday, one of my first of my busy season. So I had that one, and then I have one this Saturday. But this Saturday, it's like a very short, like I'm only there for like 4 hours. So it's nice. So I'm hoping to get some lake time in. But this last one, it was really nice. They did like a plated dinner. And so normally with vendors, like we'll just ask like, hey, like, do you have a vendor table in the back? Or like, and like sometimes like everybody gets like, a steak dinner, and then we get like sandwiches in the back. Like it just
that's crappy.
which is shitty, but like, yeah. I don't care. I'm just hungry. So we were like asking, what the plan is. And they were like, oh no, we have a vendor like plated table. So you guys get a full like,
oh,
thing.
That's awesome.
So it was like me, the DJ, the photographers, the day of coordinator. It was really nice. I was like, oh, this is like cool. And it was a full course. Like we had salads, and then I got this like amazing like stuffed chicken thing.
Oh
and
my
then
God, yum.
They didn't do cake cutting. So this is one of those weddings where like, I'm going to be interested how I put it together, because normally you have like bouquet tosses and garter tosses and like dollar dances. And like, there's so many events to like piece together this like highlight film. And they don't have that. Like they didn't do cake cutting. They did individual desserts for everybody.
Oh, very cool.
The only thing they did was a father-daughter dance. So
yeah.
Also, I know these people won't listen to this. So this was interesting. I don't know if I told you this yet or not, but the father of the groom shows up. He's in a pinstriped suit. He looks like Howie Long too, which is funny.
Deal or no deal.
Yeah, I was like, weird. Oh no, isn't that Howie Mandel?
Yes.
Howie Long is like the football player.
Oh my God.
I'm confirming this just so weak.
No, you're so right. Because I was thinking, oh, didn't the girls on Deal or No Deal, they would wear like pinstripe dresses? Oh my God, I'm so dumb.
No, Howie Long. Definitely. He's got like high and tight, and he wears the glasses.
No, I know, because Mom's gonna be so upset because
obsessed with
is
him.
her celebrity.
That's her
crush.
Man. Yeah.
And our dad does not
Deal
like
or No
Howie.
Deal. Not
Howie
the bald with the soul patch.
I
But
was
that's
like, oh
good,
my God,
though.
that's so good. Okay, well, good for him.
Different Howie. So he shows up in a pinstripe suit, but it was like blue with like white and purple pinstripes. Like I was like, is this guy a pimp?
Okay.
Right. And then I'm like, okay, weird. Everyone else is dressed like very like normal black suits, bow ties kind of thing. And then when they get up to do the family photos, I notice he's wearing platform shoes, like with a heel that's this big. Yes. And then the whatever the lower one is also like 2 inches. So it's like these massive platform shoes.
Oh my God.
We were baller. Like, my Jamie shot with me Saturday, and this is the first one she's worked with me. And so we were like, who wears that to a wedding? Like, what the hell
is this?
And like, is that a cartoon character? Like, I don't, I had so many questions. So,
oh my God, that's so good.
And then it gets better. then, you know, like you can tell the dad has been married like multiple times. So there's a lot of siblings with different moms or something. And one of the sons that shows up is dressed even worse, similar, but worse. He's wearing like, it was like a white suit with colored stripes. So also don't wear white to a wedding. Like how many times
Boys included.
No one wear white to a wedding. It's so rude. So his has like different colored stripes, and he has also platform shoes, same platform shoes, but they were like sparkly all over them.
Oh.
Yeah. And a purple fedora. I listen, people, unless you are Jason Mraz, men should not be wearing fedoras. I'm beating my desk as I'm saying this because I just don't understand. I don't know a single woman that looks at a man in a fedora and says, "Oh, hell yeah. That's my man.
Taking him home." No.
Like, who has ever said that? I'm just saying, can we stop making them? Because I think there's dudes that are just like, yep, this is the vibe. Unless you are over the age of 70 or you are under the age of 3, no.
Yeah. Or unless you're on like so you think you can dance and the hat is part of the dance. Even still skeptical.
Yeah,
but
even
certainly
still,
not
it's part
colored
of a costume or it's part of something. In a normal setting, don't leave your house and think, you know what would take this to the next level? A fedora.
Oh my God. Boys fashion is so funny to me because I remember at Mizzou, so one of our friends, she was good friends with like some of the basketball players. And I mean, they wanted nothing to do with us because we really didn't care. We're just there to have a good time with our girls. And we were weird. So I totally get it. But anyway, there was this one night, and I don't know if we saw him in person or if we saw a photo of one of the guys. This man wearing 2 different shoes. Like they weren't even like color coordinating, just like
Whoa.
2 full on.
Is that like a style or was he just dumb? Like
we asked our friends, we're like, why would he, like, was that on purpose? Like, did he leave?
Yeah.
Did he leave his house and was like, oh crap, I was debating which shoe and just like forgot to pick. And she was like, no, I think that was the outfit choice. So he was wearing that. And then he was also wearing ski goggles. So same thing. We were like, did he get dressed and not only think 2 different shoes was the right move and then to take it to the next level, full ski goggles in the bar? I don't know. It was kind of crazy.
Unless it's a costume, like why? Like guys' fashion should be as simple as like t-shirt. I don't care what kind of shirt. Like to a bar, it should be like even just like this.
A good beer shirt. Perfect.
Plain. If you were going nicer, maybe like a button down, you know, and just like a nice pair of jeans or khakis. Like it's like you can have guys to be fashionable. You could literally just have like maybe 4 different kinds of bottoms, 5 different shirts, and just different combinations of those. Yeah. And like you would look fine.
The bar really isn't that high. Don't shoot for the stars.
No, like don't, like there's no need to spend $300 on a pair of sneakers.
Did you
wear them with a dusty outfit?
Literally. Did you see the TikTok I sent you this morning?
No, I haven't been on TikTok.
I sent it to you and I was going to send it. I literally typed, I was going to send this to Clayton, but I thought he would be a little offended. Basically, it said behind every well-dressed lady is a man in a Nike t-shirt, shorts, and tennis shoes. And I'm like, if that's not Clayton's uniform, I don't know what is. So I'm like, you know what? I'd rather have that than Fedora Man.
And that's, you know, and pay similar, but it's jeans, boots, and a t-shirt, no matter what. Sometimes if he's feeling a little more downtown, saucy, it's like throw on some Vans instead, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, I would rather have that. I would rather have him be that way than be the man that's wearing like a dangly earring and like
a vest.
Trying to do too much. And it's like, I think though, if you're a guy that's into fashion and you can pull that off and you know what you're doing, go for it. I think the problem is there's too many guys that don't know what they're doing that are doing it, you know?
Yeah.
And they're just they're all over the place. And it's like, actually, no.
This reminds me of one of the topics I wanted to talk about. Have you seen the trends on TikTok where it's like, she's an 8, but she, I don't know.
Yeah.
Does
I know.
weird.
I've seen those. Yeah.
So it's like he's a 9, but he wears ripped skinny jeans like constantly.
This is true. That would be at least 2 points off Oh yeah.
Oh, I think more. Oh my
Even
God.
more. There was actually one of that trend where a guy, it was like he's like some super nerdy like analyst guy, and he's even said, I'm happily married, but I broke this down. And he like had a chart that was like, look, if you own a boat, a Jeep Wrangler,
And have a mustache,
and have
you're
a
already
mustache,
doing good.
yeah, you're already a 6. Like it
You
doesn't
could-
even matter what you
You
look
could
like.
literally be Kermit the Frog and you're already a 6.
Yeah, literally. And I
Oh my
was like,
God.
you know what? To be honest, there's probably some truth in that. Like as a
Yes.
female, there is some truth in that. So
Yeah.
girls will come. If you own a boat and invite them on your boat, they'll come. It's like that girl that put that in her profile on like a dating app. She had said, I've never been on a boat before. And so now she gets invited on all these boats.
Oh my God.
Iconic.
That's so funny.
Iconic. I'm like, yes.
Oh my God, that's so good. That reminds me one time when Molly and we were at like a cheer competition, and she'll remember this because I bring it up every like couple years. But we're at this cheer competition, and they always have like vendors like selling like headbands, whatever, like sweets.
Yeah.
And so we're at the stand and we're like, oh my gosh, like that apple pie looks so good. Like that looks so tasty. And he's like, oh, do you want some? We're like, oh no, like we're okay. And Molly says, I don't think I've ever actually had apple pie. And we're like 10. And the guy's like, you've never had apple pie? And she's like, yeah, like I've never had that before. He gives it to her for free to be nice. He's like, well, I can't, that's un-American. I can't let you walk away not eating apple pie. So she's like, oh my God, thank you so much, sir. Like, that's so sweet. We start eating it. And she says, oh my God, I've absolutely had apple pie before. I don't know what I was thinking. She didn't do it to be like malicious. She just like forgot what an apple pie was.
Like
It was so funny. And we felt so bad because now we can't go back. We've already eaten half of it. And she's like, I accidentally lied to him. And he was so sweet. What are you gonna do?
I would have been like, I've never had a Busch Light before. You have to try it.
Sure.
As I'm
You
wearing
have
it.
to.
I've never
Oh my
had
God.
one.
That's so good.
That's amazing. That's actually really good.
Yeah. I
Well,
felt a little bad
actually,
about that one.
we went out on after we recorded last time, so I haven't talked about my tooth situation.
Yeah. How's it going?
Yeah, so I should explain the story. So very short story. So we went out to see what's your band, Grand Villanova.
Grand Villanova. They are going to be back at Stewie's when me and all of our St. Louis friends come in town. It's like I planned it that way.
Yeah, she did.
We're going back.
We're going back. So we're on the dance floor. It's just me, Ash, and Clayton. And I can tell, Ash, I'm sure Clayton is like, oh, I would love to go out with just you and your sister. So we did. And I'm getting down on the dance floor, and I, just best advice, don't try to dance and drink a beer, because I literally took that bottle of beer up to my mouth and hit myself right in the tooth. And even at the time I was like, Ashley, did I chip my tooth? Nah, you're good. And I'm like, okay, whatever. We had a good old time. And literally, like in the morning, I was like, this is so sharp. And I went and looked in the mirror, and sure enough, it's like, you can't see well on this camera, but it's chipped right there. It's just like a little tiny, like, eek.
Yeah.
So I decided, what am I going to get? Because like I would have to get 2 full like veneers for them to match.
Would?
Yeah, because like
they don't. It's to your one.
They could, but like what I read was like that it like a lot of times doesn't like match fully. Like the coloring is always kind of off. So normally they'll advise you get 2. Yeah. And then at that point, I'm like, I'm gonna have 2 veneers. Like I might as well get like extended over. I could extend it over and get 4. But you know how much that is? Like the rough pricing I looked up is like $5,000.
Yeah. Maybe so just call your dentist. Maybe just
so I'm just gonna have them file it down a little bit so it's not super sharp. I have an appointment next week, so I'm just gonna do it then. But if they file it and it looks like I look like a hillbilly, I'm gonna be like, Peyton, I need to fix this. This is embarrassing. Yeah. So that's what happened last weekend for anyone who's
good times.
Here I am. I chipped my tooth on a beer bottle.
I chipped my tooth. Clayton did that recently, but it was really crappy because we're at the bar in Minneapolis and he's like already tired. Like he already doesn't want to be there. And I beg him, I'm like, please, like everyone's going out. We have to go. And I don't know why this person did this, but I think she was trying to be funny. Clayton's drinking his beer and she like bops the bottom of it as it's to his lips. And so
Well,
it
you
hits
don't
his
do it.
tooth. Yeah.
Oh my
She
God.
did it. And he was like, oh my God, like, what the hell? Like, why would you do that? Like, A, it hurts.
Ew.
B, I think I chipped my tooth. And she's like, oh my God, no, like, I really didn't hit it that hard. I didn't hit it that hard. But we're like, A, we're all drunk. B,
Well,
I
don't
mean, it's
do
very
that.
sensitive.
Just don't do it.
Don't do that. I think because we were like trying to bop like the top of the beer bottle. And so she was like, oh, LOL, does the bottom. And it's like, no, it's
Don't
already
do
in his
that.
mouth.
Oh my God. I will say
Sometimes.
I'm one of those people that I like beer out of a bottle. Like I think it tastes
Mhm.
better, but we're always like, I really only drink beer in situations of like we're on the water or we're in a pool or something, and we cannot
Mhm.
have glass like around a
Yeah.
body of water. So
True.
I was excited when we were out and we had bottles. And then of course I chipped my tooth when that happened.
What
So
you got?
okay, so A, don't dance and drink out of a bottle. B, don't hit your friend's beer from the bottom.
Yeah, I didn't know we had to,
I know we had to give that
specify
advice.
that one. I
That
add
was-
things to my notes app that it's just like, honestly, whatever happens, I just like
Yeah.
literally number 1 says mouse toy. And that was just because I'll say this and then we'll get into it. But my notes app is so weird. So I was doing the dishes the other day and I had like accidentally, you know how there's like a cabinet or what would you call it? Like a drawer underneath the oven that you keep like pans in.
Yes. You know, that's actually supposed to be the warmer. It's not supposed to be for storage. I know. I
It's
learned
not?
that. No, it's not on TikTok apparently. And I'm like, who uses that for that? It
Why
gets
do you have to
dusty down there.
warm
I don't want
it
to put
up?
food in there.
Yeah. Well,
Anyways,
anyway,
go
so
ahead.
I was trying to like rearrange the pans to fit whatever was in the washer. And I accidentally dropped one like behind the
Oh.
drawer. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I couldn't figure out how to get it like off the track. And so I was like, oh, I'll just wait till Clayton comes home. He comes home, he does it. And I look over and I see this little white thing on the ground. And I'm like, oh my God, is that a mouse? Like, is that a dead mouse underneath our oven? Like, oh my God. And Clayton's like, oh my God, chill. Like, just a toy. But I don't believe him. I'm like, do you just not want to pick it up? But he says there's a mouse toy. And I'm like, who the hell would
Who
leave
put a
a
mouse
mouse
toy?
toy? The previous people? I don't know. But now at this point, I'm too scared to check. So I'm just trying to forget about it. But I hope it's a
I
mouse
mean, it's
toy.
dead. So
I know, but also I'm like, Clayton, are you really just too? Yeah, I'm too scared to pick up a dead mouse, but like, you should just
Yeah.
pick it up. And he left it. If it really is a toy, I'm like, then we should just throw the toy away. And if it's a dead mouse, you should
I
just
bet
throw
he
the dead
was
mouse
a little
away.
scared to grab it because
I think he was. Yeah. So we just left it. I'm gonna tell myself it's a toy.
We
and-
had one once, and Peyton did grab it with tongs because he was like,
Ugh.
"Ugh." Yeah.
grosses me out.
He had
No.
one like it. This same mouse. It was a baby mouse. Like it was literally like this big. Scared
Yeah.
the shit out of you though. You walk in the kitchen and he would like, "Ee!" and you're like, ah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And
Oh my
so he either when Peyton got in the he was eating off of a mouse trap. That's what it was. Eating off of a mouse trap, and he was so small that he wasn't triggering the thing.
Mhm.
And so Peyton sees him doing it and he tries to like creep up on him and he's gonna smash it with a boot. And I'm like, now you have a
Oof.
dead mouse on the bottom of your boot.
And their guts on the counter.
Again, men. But I'm not gonna kill the mouse, so that's on you.
True. I'm not
This
gonna do it, but I
mouse-
wouldn't do it that way.
Yeah. He sees, so he goes there and he tries, he goes to hit him, and of course the mouse sees him and runs under the dryer or something. And he's like, God damn it. Then the mouse starts like toying with Peyton, like he would kind of come out and go back and come out and go back. And like
Real
You know,
Tom and
Peyton-
Jerry.
But yeah, Peyton, and then he's getting full on like tough guy mode, and I can hear him in the other room saying, "Come on, bitch!" And I'm like, "Are you yelling at the mouse like you're about to fight him?" And he's like, "Well, this mother effer keeps messing with me." And I'm like, Peyton, it's a mouse, like it's literally a mouse.
Chill.
And
Oh
he
my
was
God,
just
that's so
like,
funny.
I'm getting your ass. Like he's like talking trash to the mouse, like, I'm gonna get you, bitch. You just come on out here. And then he's like, his eyes are like at the bottom of the dryer, and you can tell he's just like, and I was
Oh my
like,
God.
dude, I think that mouse made you its bitch. is
Like,
what
this
really
is my
happened.
favorite game.
There's our tangent we went off on. So I hope your mouse is fake, but I don't know why you would have a fake mouse in your house.
Yeah, and at this point, we're moving in a couple months. I'm not willing to look.
Not your
And I
problem.
would just rather not know. It's none of my business right now at this
Yeah,
point.
that's fair. That's
But
fair.
oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we have weird news this week. I think we should get into it. I think I know what yours is. So why don't I go first since mine's not as good? I don't think it could be good.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So I got this from Mirror. I feel like I'm getting Mirror UK, and they have a lot of really
Yeah.
good weird news. So
Mhm.
this one, so it's funny because Ashton will be like, I read that one. You know, like we see a lot of the same news.
We go to the same like 5 websites, but Mirror UK, that's a good one.
I like it. Yeah. So, and I know you guys are not like diving down this rabbit hole like we are. So we're here to give it to you. So, okay. So the title says here, boss blasted over harsh office rule that punishes staff who arrive 1 minute late. So a manager has sparked widespread criticism after allegedly putting a sign in the office warning that they will be punished if they turn up late, even if it's just by 1 minute. And this is what the sign says. It's in an office setting. I don't know what kind of business it is. It doesn't really say. It says, for every 1 minute you are late to work, you will be required to work for 10 minutes after 6 p.m. And it says, for example, if you arrive at 10:02, you have to work an extra 20 minutes and stay till 6:20. Thanks. Isn't
And
that
you're like,
insane?
I don't get paid for that unless I am getting paid for it, but still, what? No.
Yeah, like it's like, so it's blown up on Reddit apparently. And it says that it was minimum wage. Like, so this must be like an office setting, but they only get paid minimum wage. And so even like the overtime is like, this says, even if we started hitting overtime, it's not like the pay's that great. It's like it's, you know, and also how does that make sense? Like you have to stay an extra 10 minutes. So I don't know. So this says,
That's crazy.
People have been left angst over the sign, with one person replying, boy, I hope they like paying overtime or paying people to literally just stand around for an extra 20 minutes because they know this rule is bullshit. How the F can people think this is a good idea? And like it says that like so much percent of the staff like quit after they posted this sign.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's just like excessive. That's crazy.
I mean, so I guess that sparks a conversation. Like if you have a problem with people being late, which honestly, I think it depends your work, because if you're in a setting that like you have to show up on time to relieve that shift before you, absolutely. Or you have to open a store or something. I think being punctual is important. Now, I think me and Ashton work in worlds where like, it's more about you getting your stuff done, and it's not necessarily what time you get it done. It's just, you need to get it done within the day or within the, by the due date and stuff.
Or we have like a window by like, you need to log on between like this time and this, and it's like an hour, which coincides with, okay, what time you're technically allowed to like log off.
Right.
But yeah, but it's not like a strict, like, oh, you logged on at 8:02. Okay, then you're working until 6 p.m. Like, that's not how that works.
Well, and we're salaried in our job. So it's like very different. It's not like we're counted hourly. So I think that's, you know, but I've worked jobs where I was out, where I had to be there on time and stuff. And I was like, I mean, I was the person that was there 5 minutes early because I just wasn't going to be the person that was late, you know? So, but now again, I think treating people like kids, like, doesn't really help. You know what I mean? I think any hourly job I worked, it was okay to be like, okay, like 5 minutes before or after is okay to clock in. But like, if you're pushing that post 5 minutes, now we have a problem. So anyways, I just thought it was interesting. I was just like, I don't know what manager thought this was the logic behind this, but I don't know. Apparently I don't think it's going to work. I think now you just have to pay people more, like to stay later if they're hourly. That doesn't even make sense. So
yeah, interesting.
Anyway, so yeah, so that was my news for the week. Very kind of strange. So, all right, Ash, what do you got for me?
Sweet. So my weird news this week, and I feel like a lot of people have already seen this video, but it just really struck me like, I can't believe this happened. So a couple weeks ago, and this was at Disneyland Paris, it was this German couple was getting engaged. And so like literally the video I saw was the guy gets down on one knee. He pulls out the ring. Right as the girl says yes, you see an employee wearing Mickey Mouse ears, which is ridiculous, like run through them. He's walking so quickly, takes the ring in his hand and is trying to get them like off the stage. And I totally get like, yeah, those stages are used for different performances and like everything. But I guess like another employee had said like, oh yeah, go for it. Like you were totally more than welcome to. So it was like a miscommunication. But like if someone's like proposals don't take that long. They're
like
not
they would have been off
there.
that stage in minutes. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And I get like maybe the argument of like, oh, well, if he does it, then that means everyone else gets to. No, you just tell the next people, sorry, like they really weren't supposed to do that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't interrupt the proposal and you don't take the ring.
I was going to say,
out of
taking the
someone's
ring part
hand.
is what really bothers me about this whole thing.
Yes.
'Cause it's like,
Yeah.
you just grab the ring. Like, that's kind
What
of
if something
up.
happened to it?
Those are
And like,
expensive. You could have told them to get off the stage without taking the ring. And I'm sorry, but you're a Disney employee. I know you don't make that much money to really care this much about who's on that stage.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm like,
No.
I don't think, because I've seen people like duetting the video or like being like, that guy should be fired. I don't know if he should be fired because he was doing his job, but like, just don't do it again, dog.
Maybe some coaching. Like, hey,
Yeah, maybe just
if
some
this
coaching.
happens again, let's not do this. Right.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe that. At least like in the video I saw, there was a moment where the Disney eared employee was not in the video. So I'm like, oh, hopefully you got pictures of that moment, but just like the memories. Oh, and I did see, because I read another article after watching the video, and CNN reported that Disney did reach out to the couple trying to like apologize and said, oh, like we will offer you a free weekend at any Disney park. If you guys
we don't want to come back here.
No, they literally said, they're like, no, we're not doing that. Like we wanted our proposal to be perfect and it's not, and that's all we want back and we can't get it. So sorry. And I think I would do the same thing. I'd be like, no.
What am I going to redo my proposal? Like,
or
no.
Can you comp me for the trip I just went on? I would like that, please.
Well, I would be like, I don't want to go to a park, to be honest, again, because that was already rumored. Send me to one of your other Disney vacation places. Like send me on a cruise or send me at least something, just because I would want a free trip out of it. But
yeah,
you know, but then again, it's like, that's a good point. Like, it's like, you know what, that was a moment I couldn't redo and you ruined it. So
yeah.
But yeah, see, crazy. I think there was better ways to handle it. It was just not necessary for it to be like a, you know, this dramatic ordeal. So
yeah. And not like I'm like getting engaged, not like I'm gonna like get engaged at Disneyland, but like I already worry about someone wearing white to my wedding. Now I gotta worry about someone like ruining my proposal. Like, oh God. Okay, sweet.
That's true. Good point.
Stressful. Oh well. But yeah,
it's okay.
Crazy.
All right. Well, don't try to propose on a stage at Disneyland. It's just so
don't even think about
it. You can't do it. You can't do it.
Horrible. Okay, so I actually have two stories this week. And they're both super quick, but I was thinking, so we have a cruise coming up in the fall and Clayton and I just booked our airfare for that. And so I was thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, we have not talked about like any flight attendant pilot stories at all.
They have to be amazing.
Oh my God. Well, I remember one of our really good friends, she is a flight attendant still. I remember hearing stories of like rude passengers she has had, or like kind of similar to, and not like she has ever done this, but I'm assuming like always be nice to people that are taking care of your food, like people in restaurants
or planes, whatever.
Or planes, like be nice because you don't know what's happening behind those doors. No. So my first flight attendant story this week is from a Is YouTube video. And they interviewed two different flight attendants and just kind of telling like horror stories, like whether it's bad turbulence or just like passengers. This one guy, he's a flight attendant. He's like, yeah, I've been doing this for like 2 years. They didn't say what airline, but he did say, he's like, you know, like when you're on a flight, like you should really, as soon as you get on, take a disinfectant wipe everything down. Cause they're like, we physically don't have time to like deep clean the plane in between flights. Like we will vacuum and we'll clean out the like seat back pocket. And so he says, and this is the part where I'm like, it's kind of on him because like he's like, yeah, the ladies, they always wear gloves, but like if I'm in a rush, like I'm not going to put gloves on. I'm like, that's disgusting. You don't know what's back there.
Well, just for your own self too. Like, I feel like that's a good way for you to get sick, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Ugh. So he says, and this is the story. So that's what he prefaces with. He's like, I probably should have gloves on. Anyway, so he's just taking his raw hands diving into the seat back pocket, raw dogging it. Disgusting. And he puts his hand in there and he's like, oh my gosh, something's kind of pokey in here. And it's not painful. Like it's not cutting him. Cause I'm like, oh my God, like
Ew.
what's back there? So he continues scooping. He's like not getting injured. And he pulls out his hands. And in his palm are 10 little fingernails. Like the last
Shut up.
passenger just like bit off all their fingernails. And he's like, I counted them. There
Oh.
were 10. Like they did their whole hands.
Ew.
And
Who
then
does
put
that
it in
on
the
a
seatback pocket.
plane?
And then just like left it for the next guy. Disgusting.
People on airplanes, like, I don't know. If you're this person, you should go to jail. Like, seriously,
Jail
just
time.
sit, play on your phone, read a book, be a normal fucking passenger. This is not
Yeah.
your time to eat that chicken
Your fingernails.
Alfredo, the shrimp Alfredo you ate last night. Like, it's just not the time. That happened to me. That's why I say that.
Oh my
So-
God. Well, that reminds me of
Mhm.
crab salad on the train. I was taking the train to Chicago last summer. And this train was booked. Like it was fully packed. I think we still had to wear masks at the time, which was good because it kind of blocked some of the smell. But like I was one of the last people to get on because going to Kansas City, like the trains, like I'll usually have like a whole row to myself. Like I hardly have to sit directly next to someone. Chicago was not the case. Like everyone's trying to go on a Friday afternoon. And the only seat that was available was next to this lady. I'm like, okay, sweet. Like she seems nice, whatever. Within 5 minutes, she whips out a tub of crab salad, like directly from the grocery store and starts going in. And I'm like,
Disgusting.
you lady, you knew what you were doing.
You're
you
that
thought
person.
you thought crab salad would deter people from sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Joke's on you. I have to sit here. Joke's on me. And it was disgusting. Like I thought I was going to get sick.
Who does that? It's like,
Be
why?
courteous. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, so don't eat crab, shrimp Alfredo, and don't bite your fingernails off and leave
That's
them for the
so
flight
gross.
attendants.
Yeah.
So gross. Anyway, so on a lighter note, my next story is actually from a TikTok, and this girl's name is Anastasia Krunk. And
Whoa.
from her
Krunk.
videos, yeah, getting crazy. From her videos, it looks like sometimes she's like, and I don't know how this works, like if the flight attendants are the same people working at the gates or like the
I think they
person
are.
checking you in.
It just depends. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. Because the video specifically, it looks like she is checking people in to their flight. And in the video, it looks like the camera's only on her, but you can hear the customer. I'm like, did she realize what was happening and like quickly hit record? Anyway, this guy comes up to her and he's like, hey, I just got married. Is there any way to upgrade my seat, but like leave my wife in like the seats in the back where we're already scheduled to be? And she like looks confused. She's like, okay, like, so you don't want to sit next to your wife that you just married? And he, and I quote, says, I'm willing to pay as much as I can to get away from this lady. And the Anastasia girl's like laughing. She's like, okay, sweet. Like we do have something available. So you'll be in row 8 and you'll leave her in 20. Like just want to confirm. And he's like, yes, please. And I'm like, what? And I don't know if this was to or from the honeymoon, but I'm like, oh my God, what happened at the wedding?
What happened that you're like, please don't let me sit by her?
By this lady. And she's like, your wife? Okay, cool. We can hook you up.
Ooh,
Is
interesting.
that crazy?
So if
Yeah.
you're trying to avoid your wife, you can.
You can. If there's a seat available, you totally can. But I'm just like, imagine getting on the plane with like you and Peyton, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm up here. Oh, or do you think he played it off like, oh babe, like
He played it
separated
off
us?
for sure. Like for sure.
I
he
hope
was
so.
like, oh, sorry. Like,
It's
look,
so
they give us these
weird.
seats. Like, who does
Oh
that?
my God, that's so funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I can't
couldn't believe
that.
that.
The balls. No, I would be like, I'd whoop Peyton's ass. But then again, he would lie to me too. He would be like, no, sorry, it's just how it is.
Weird.
That's
Oh
so
my
funny.
God.
Oh my God.
So
Well, those are
bad.
good. I like flight attendant stories. I think you're right. We should get more of those.
Yeah.
So, well, you're going to like mine. It's very good.
Ooh.
But
Okay.
did I tell you this already?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't think so. I don't think I told you this yet. I saved it for the pod. So, okay. So my story this week, which is funny because we've talked about Domino's Pizza before. And I talked about, the quality control.
Will you
like,
be my
what is
friends?
that? Who
Oh,
is
yeah.
that? Oh, that one was a Mazio's, but also a weird pizza encounter. No, the Domino's is when we talked about what is the quality
Who's
control?
inspecting your
who's doing
pizza?
that?
Yeah.
So Spencer was in town this weekend from St. John. So me and like a group of friends got together. And one of our friends, Matt, he ordered a pizza from Domino's, like on the app. And it was like, he ordered it like, I want to say 7:30-ish. Like it was like an appropriate time where we were like, also like, okay, it's a Friday night. This could be busy. We're ordering at 7:30. Like we're willing to wait, maybe an hour at most. Right. So we're comfortable, whatever. So the hour goes by and his thing just says processing. Like it doesn't even say it's being made. It's just stuck in processing. And an hour goes by and we're like, this is weird. Like it said it would be here by now and it's still there. So multiple of us are calling Domino's, like trying to like talk to somebody and it's ringing off the hook. Like, and we were like, I mean, there's a lot of pizza places around. Like, there's no way this Domino's is that busy. Like this is so strange. It goes on 2 hours and we're like,
did you guys think about ordering like from
anything else? I had ate before I got there. So I was fine. Like I was like, I mean, we ate Mexican before I got here. So I'm not hungry. You guys can deal with that. So it was funny because then it's like, an hour, 2.5 hours go by. Right. And now we're like, okay, this is sketch. So Spencer's sister Bannon, who is pregnant, I think she's like, I'm sure she's in I'm pregnant and I'm hungry and she's due like in 3 weeks. So she's like very pregnant and she's like, I'm just taking charge. I'm going to handle this. So Taylor and her decide to drive to the Domino's because it was only a couple blocks away. They drive to the Domino's and Taylor describes it, like she's like me. She describes stories very detailed. She said, we walk into this Domino's and I'm not kidding you. There's only 2 crackheads working. One is just chilling. And the other one is like sort of listening to a customer that's like bitching at him. And the order screen behind them has a mile long of orders in the red. And they just keep popping up.
Oh my God.
And these guys are just cracked out, just like, like not doing their job, like whatever. And then I guess this guy that was getting pissed, like was like, I need my fucking pizza, blah, blah, blah. And so he's like, I need a large pepperoni, whatever. Like, I just need something. Like, I don't know if his kids are at home or whatever. The dude that was just chilling on his phone, like fucking around, not making the pizzas. Oh, and the guy at the register says, yeah, dude, we're working on it. Like, we're working on it. I know we're really busy tonight. Meanwhile, there is no one making the pizzas. Like, there's no one back there. So it's just like, So the guy, as he gets demanding, the one guy's like, all right, dude, I got it. I'll do it. As he's been on his phone, doesn't put gloves on, nothing, just raw hand grabs the dough and starts like pressing out a pizza. And they were like, they called us and were like, how does Taco Bell sound?
You're like, we don't want this guy touching our pizza.
That's what Taylor was like. When I saw the raw hands touch the pizza dough after he's been on his phone fucking around, he was sitting there eating on his phone. Like, so he's like, it's gross.
Ew.
Oh yeah. So they they were like, we're going to go get some party packs. So they went and got some party packs from Taco Bell.
Oh my God.
Done.
Yeah. Oh my God. Cause I'd be similar to be nice to people who handle your food, but also like, I don't know. Hopefully
it made me nervous for like the online orders. Cause like, at least now I'm tempted to like, just be doing carry out for a while because like I can at least go in and see and like
what's going on.
Like if I get in there and they're like cracked out and they don't have gloves on and all this stuff, I'm probably just going to throw that pizza away and get something else. Like, it definitely was a good horror story for like, the online ordering is nice, but like you do not know. So, but Bannon did tweet at Domino's and say, the Kansas City, whatever location. So I'm interested to see what happened from that. I should look
oh my God,
Twitter.
that's so funny.
Should I look at her Twitter and see if we have an update?
Do it.
Let's do
she is a big tweeter.
Look at I love Bannon's tweets. Winona forever.
True. That's so true. Someone has to say it.
Oh my God. So she did. Okay. Did Domino's ever reply? So her first tweet says, did Domino's tweet her back? Oh my God. She said, yo, we ordered Domino's a few hours ago. Should I be concerned? They've been, quote, preparing the order for 2+ hours. Domino's tweeted her back and said, "I'm sorry we kept you waiting. Please DM us so we can help." Janae.
Ooh.
Her name is Janae. Like, it's not like I'm pronouncing it like that. It is Janae is how it's
Janae.
spelled.
Yeah. Well, I'm so curious, like, because sometimes, like, if you order an Uber and it's like, this Uber's 30 minutes away and then you cancel it, like, usually, like, you won't have to pay the service fee. 'Cause it's like, this was too far away. This is longer than what I was promised.
No, and he had to pay for it because he paid online.
I don't know how you do that with Domino's. If it's like, how do I get a refund? Like, I'm not going to get my pizza. Like, it's not going to happen.
She, like, at the end of the night, obviously. Update, rolled up to the store after waiting 3 hours. What I saw scared me. Meth is wild.
That's true. Crack kills.
So yeah, if you need someone to follow on Twitter, at Ben and Cheney, she's pretty funny. Oh, and then I saw she tweeted Spirit Airlines.
Oh, did they fly Spirit to get here?
I think he did because he had to get here like soon because like she may come. She had like, I guess.
Oh yes, her fiance.
Tell me why at Spirit Airlines delayed Andy by 24 hours and only gave him $14 in meal vouchers.
What?
Spirit Airlines replied, "We're awfully sorry to hear about this, Ben, and please DM us your reservation info so I can take a closer look into this. DM sent. Thanks so much for your patience while we looked over everything. We've responded to your DMs and await your response." So maybe they gave her a better deal, but yeah, apparently it was like,
she is a businesswoman.
Look at her. Ben is on a mission. She's like, "I'm sorry, you delayed him 24 hours and you gave him $14 in meal credits."
Like, hold on.
That?
Let me log into
Twitter. I deserve
Twitter.
a free flight after this. This is that's embarrassing.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
Spirit sucks, I will say. Like, when we go back, I'm like, unless I'm just totally poor, I'm not doing that again. I told you about that. Like the CPAX was a joke.
The CPAX was a joke? What?
It was literally a string. Like, you know how it's normally a pocket? It was literally just like 2 bungee cords.
Maybe they had an issue with fingernails.
Yeah, you can't put fingernails on that. That's for sure.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I was gonna take Spirit when I did my girls trip in February. And I think you told me, you're like, don't do it. Like, I know you're getting a good deal, but like, it's not worth it.
We did it because we booked last minute and everything else was like, it would have been like $700 and I got Spirit for $300. So I was like, we have to leave at 5. Like, we literally left for the airport at 3:00 in the morning. Like, it was so early.
Oh my God. We booked our cruise flights because we're flying not from St. Louis. We're like moving to a new state, new location soon. And so we're trying to book from there. And it was just like out of control, like way more expensive than it would have been here. And so we did, not too excited about it. We did book a red eye getting there so we could get there at the same time as you. And Clayton's never cruised before. So he's like, oh, like this one works. I'm like, well, no, that doesn't work. Cause that means we got into Fort Lauderdale at 5 p.m. but the ship leaves at 4.
Yeah.
So we're trying to orchestrate that. I think we maybe get in like a little bit before you guys. And then leaving was kind of the same ordeal. It was like the flights didn't match up with like, I'm like, Clayton, we won't be at the port until like 8 a.m. We cannot get a 10 a.m. flight. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, we're going to do afternoon.
What our returning is. I think I sent it to you. Now
you sent it to me. I think you guys should be fine. But
we leave we leave at like 1 because like I remember we had a lag, but I was like, we'll just eat lunch at the airport and like take our time.
Yeah.
Mom is worried though because she thinks that we should fly in and stay the night. Like, does that make sense? Like,
yes. That's usually what we do because we did have one horror story of us trying to get on a cruise and the flight was delayed.
Yeah. So she was like, you really should be like flying like a day in advance and all this stuff. And I was like, Mom, we've already paid a lot of money for this cruise. Like, if we, for some reason, something gets canceled or whatever and have to like drive, we will. Like, if we know that there's a bad storm and something's getting pushed, we'll just drive 20 hours. I don't give a shit. Like, we'll just figure it out. But it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. Luckily we get in, I think we get in at like 7:30 a.m. So I'm like, if there's a delay, we have a couple hours to like get it together. Knock on wood, fingers crossed.
It's fine. What if there's like a hurricane and then we get cruise credits again?
Knock on wood. Oh my God.
I wouldn't be like, we're never taking this cruise. Like, it's just never happening.
getting on this
So, well, we
cruise?
can tell them, I guess, the story because now we're talking about things they don't know. So, me and Ashton, so we went on a family vacation and it was me and Peyton and Clayton and Ashton and our parents and our grandparents. And we have done these family cruises before. Like, we've done this would have probably been the third or fourth we've done over the last like 5-ish years. So, we do this cruise and we get on the ship and we start having fun or whatever. Well, at dinner, they make an announcement that's like, hey, we're having some mechanical issues, so we're not going to leave port tonight. You know, you guys just keep having fun, whatever. The next day, we're still in the port and we're like, oh, this is weird or whatever.
Weird.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. And then they're like, we've changed the path. We've decided we're only going to go to these stops since now your cruise is shorter, whatever, you know. And then it's like, didn't we stay another night? Like it went into the next day when they canceled.
Oh, I think we only made it one night because at like noon, they made an announcement. You need to get off the ship.
That's what it was. Yeah. Because once we hit a certain time, they were like, hey, so we're just going to cancel this cruise. Everybody's going to get credit. So like, please pack your things.
You need to get off now. Not realizing that we totally could have stayed for dinner and stayed another night. Like there were people that ended up doing that, I think.
We could have. Well, what we ended up doing was we were in Fort Lauderdale. So what we did was we just rented 2 vehicles and we just drove to Key West and rented a house for the week, which was actually ended up being really fun.
Yeah, so, it was fun. It worked out. But so we've been trying to take this cruise.
Yeah,
that was like
we all got a credit
2-3 years ago. It was 2 years ago.
It was before COVID.
Because it was right before COVID. So it's like when people are like, oh my gosh, was it a COVID cruise? I'm like, no, the ship was just broken.
So. Literally no reason. Like, so, but I will say when we got off the ship, because we knew everything would be free, we took, because it's like a hotel. It's like your cabin has beer and wine all up in that fridge. Like, so we, being the smart people we were, stole all of the alcohol out of our rooms. Like, it was awesome. Do you remember that? We called our family because we're all in separate rooms. We were like, guys, they're comping everything, just the alcohol. So like throw it. We literally filled a backpack up. Man, now I was pregnant. So I was like, God damn it. It's like, fuck you guys.
I know.
So, but I was full on like, I'll be a team player. Take that shit. So Peyton was stoked. But yeah, we literally had a backpack full of alcohol that we took with us to Key West.
For a whole week. It was great.
It was amazing. It was actually a great time.
Hopefully we're going to go on this cruise.
So yeah, this is our makeup cruise. And we booked it out very far because when we were finally able to book, Miller was still really little. And I was like, can we just push it out so he's at least
as far as we can?
Just because it's easier on mom and dad. So, but now he gets to be with them on Halloween, which I'm a little sad about. But I think Gigi and Opa are very excited to spend Halloween with Miller.
So. Yeah. But then we get to dress up for Halloween. So
on a cruise. So if you guys have any ideas of what we should wear on our Halloween cruise,
very excited.
Hopefully Clayton's not sad that he's gone for a holiday.
I don't even want to talk about it. This is the last thing I'll say, and then we'll close it out because this does need to be heard. I forgot about that. So when Jordan and I booked it, I think we waited till the last minute to book it. So we're kind of like, okay, where do we want to go? What dates work for us?
The credits retired.
And I can't really travel during the holidays. So we're like, you know what? Early November, late October is like perfect for me. And so we book it and I like tell Clayton, I'm like, yeah, like it's like right over Halloween. It's gonna be so fun. He looks so upset. He goes, what? Like Ashton, I thought we said no holidays. And I'm like, no, like not over the holidays, like not over Christmas.
Also, would you consider Halloween like a holiday that like couldn't be like spent on a vacation? Like
you don't get off work
Halloween
for it.
And I'm going to dress up no matter where I am, but I'm not going to make sure I'm in town with I feel bad that I'm gone from Miller, obviously, but like an adult with no children should not be upset that he's not here.
That's what I said. I was like, if anyone should be upset, it's Jordan and Peyton because they have a baby. I'm like, Clayton, were you going to go spend Halloween with your parents? And he's like, well, no, but like, I want to spend it with our friends. And I'm like, well, good. We're with our friends, my sister and her husband. Perfect. Yeah, he's gotten over it, I think.
We need a 4-person outfit. That would be really funny. Like, what if we were like ABBA or something?
Oh, that'd be so good. So good. Or I was going to say dress as old people because it's an old people cruise. So
I like it. Or
we'll
see. Get offended. I wonder if they would be offended.
Unless it's like really realistic.
I mean, it's not like we're dressing up as like blind people or something.
For real, let us know what we should do. Should we not dress as old people? I think we should.
Good 4-person outfit. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're also not scary Halloween people. Like, we're not going to be like the Purge or anything like that. So
No, and we're also not sexy. So something funny.
anything funny. Like, I think Ashton, if all else fails, I think she needs to be Mr. Worldwide in a suit on the
We
cruise.
can. We can all do it. Have you seen the TikToks where it's like, not funny, haha, funny, weird? I'm like, that's the essence
Me.
that I think we're going for here.
I like it. Well, Peyton is already bald, so Clayton could wear a bald cap.
It's just bald people. Oh my God.
Just
Oh,
bald-
Peyton should be, we could do Stranger Things, and Peyton should be 11 from season 1 with the waffles. This like 6-foot man. Hey.
in a dress.
Oh my God, that'd be so bad. So funny.
I love it. Okay, well, we need some ideas. We have like obviously a while to plan this, so
Months to
like
prepare.
a long time to plan this. So yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it. We'll stop chatting now. So
Just chit chat.
just chit chat.
Sweet.
So
Whatever.
all right. Well, let us know if you guys have any costume ideas. Make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTube and our TikToks. We're been bad about the TikToks lately, but I promise we're back.
We're
getting back
busy.
into it. We're busy, man. All right.
Yes,
well, thanks
we
for tuning in. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Ashton, and we'll see you next Monday.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Baby.
Bye.
Miss American Pie.
Enough.